Good morning, everybody. Today is Sunday, March 18th, and today I'm gonna be doing so much harvesting in the garden, and I'd like for you to come with me. I've got all my harvest baskets and my wheelbarrow because there's so much to do. There's so much to do. I'm out here early in the morning to try and get the work done while it's still cool and while my kids are still sleeping. So come with me in the garden and let's see what we have to harvest today. Let's see how much work we can get done. My name is Maggie. If you are new here, I like to make videos about gardening and harvest videos and all that kind of stuff. And if you like that kind of content, please like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy today's video. The first space which we're going to be harvesting from is right here in this bed of greens. I know you guys have seen me harvest from here over and over again, but these greens are just the gift that keeps on giving, and they've been growing so much thanks to all the rain that we've been getting, and as long as we keep getting them, I'm going to keep harvesting them. And as the weather gets hotter, who knows if we're still going to have them. They might just bolt. But as of now, we're still getting lots and lots of greens. I'm stocking my freezer full of them, which is going to be great for the time of year when we don't have any. So this is the first space I'm going to harvest. I'm going to harvest all my greens in my first 3 beds. Then we're going to move over to the beets on the other side of the garden. Look how pretty they are. Got a few bug bites, but that's all right. Some of these have really been eaten up by bugs. So the ones that are just, you see that? The ones that are really bad, I'm not gonna keep. I'm just gonna compost them, and I'm gonna just try and get the best that I can get right now. This is the first time that I am seeing my kale in this state with being eaten by so many bugs, but it's okay. We're still getting a harvest, and yeah, that's just the realities of organic gardening sometimes. This is our little bit of kale harvest today, which is good. Next up, all this chard in here, have to harvest it. Look at how these sweet potatoes have just taken over this space, but they seem to be coexisting well with all of this chard. The chard that is in this bed is so beautiful and green, and there's no bugs on them. So that's just so wonderful. Okay, all of the chard in here has been harvested back, kind of cut down, and that will give even more space for all of these sweet potatoes to continue to grow and thrive. And now my next project that I really need to do, I'll probably do this after I'm done with all my harvesting for today, is come in here and trellis these vines for my cantaloupe. That is a must do today because they are growing out of control and they need the space to just grow properly on here and not out on the grass. So that's a big project for today. And our next project for now is these beets. We need to come in here, pull up all these beets so that the sweet potatoes underneath can get some sunlight. They're not getting any sunlight right now. I might leave these collard greens in these beds. I only have 2 collard green plants, I think, in here. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and get started on all of those beets. And then the next thing we're gonna do is these potatoes. Oh my goodness, have they just sprawled. They're looking so pretty. I am really excited. I actually harvested like 3 of them on Friday because I was making some food and I didn't have any carrots, so I used the beets instead of carrots. So I have already harvested a few of them, but they were so delicious. I made a big pot of soup and everybody loved it. Let's move that sweet potato. Look how pretty. And all of these greens, we're saving them. We're cooking them. We are eating them. That one's a little bit of a baby one. It is like a jungle in here. There's so many vines. Look at that. That one is just beautiful. Look how beautiful these are. So far, we've got 2 huge harvest baskets. You got, oh Lord, this is so heavy. All of these beets, look how pretty. Oh my goodness. I have so much food processing to do later. All of these beets and, holy cow, this big, beautiful basket of greens. So next up, let's tackle those potatoes. Look at that. Look at those beautiful, delicious potatoes. I love harvesting potatoes because sometimes it feels like digging for gold. Of all the vegetables that there is to harvest, potatoes are like probably my number one. Okay, our potatoes are finally out. That was a lot of work. I have a few comments about the potato harvest. I harvested those potatoes pretty prematurely. They definitely could have been in those raised beds for probably another like 3 weeks. But right now I've got a lot of tomato plants that need to get into the ground. So they had to go. I had to kind of like, because I don't have that much space. So I had to pull them up. That bed over there, I think I'm gonna leave alone, depending on if I have enough space in this bed for all of my tomato plants. I feel like I might. And I'm gonna leave those ones alone to see if, and also they're still in their flowering stage. I still have flowers on those potatoes. So whenever you still have flowers, definitely don't pull them up. These ones in this bed, the flowers had died off and they were kind of starting to flop over. I could tell that it was a little early, but I really needed the space for those tomatoes, like I said. So I just went ahead and I pulled them up. So if you have the time and you have the space, I would recommend just leaving the potatoes in the garden for as long as they can stay there, so that they can really have the opportunity to grow bigger tubers, grow more tubers, and not be like so rushed to, you know, get out of the ground. So that's just my little nugget there. So next up, I think I'm going to go ahead and, I have so much to do. You know, when you have a lot to do, you're like, I don't know what to do. I need to spray. I got this clay, which is supposed to help, especially my cucurbits plants, things like watermelon, cantaloupe, cucumbers, and my zucchinis, not get a ton of pests on them. So I'm thinking about spraying that. I need to tie up my, what are they called? My cantaloupes onto the trellis. I also need to I was gonna spray in some beneficial nematodes into the raised garden beds just because I feel like I saw some concerning bugs in the soil and I'm not sure what they are. So if they're gonna be a danger, I'm just gonna go ahead and spray that in there and see if that does anything. But that's, in terms of harvesting, I think I'm done for today. And I think the next harvest I probably will come in and do is probably gonna be like in another 2 or 3 weeks. But today we got a lot of food, which is great. And that's gonna that's just a blessing. That's the whole point of why I do what I do, is to provide good, healthy food for my family. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me in this long harvest morning. And I hope that this video blessed you. I hope that it inspired you to get in the dirt, get growing something, even if it's something small in a pot, or if you have a bigger garden space. Having a kitchen garden, in my opinion, has so many benefits, not even just what you harvest, but just like the joy of being outside, the exercise that you get, and all of that stuff. I'm so grateful that my mother taught me all of these things. People always ask me, like, Maggie, how did you learn how to be a gardener? My mom taught me everything. And then everything else that I learned, I just learned through research and reading books and all of that. So I love to make these videos because I feel like I don't see that many gardeners my age. Like, I'm in my 20s. I don't see that many people in my age group in the garden, or maybe they just don't even, I feel like a lot of people in my generation haven't even been exposed to gardening and all of the things that you can grow, you know, like, and so I hope that this video blessed you anyway, and thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.